Good afternoon, traveler. For the next few videos I want to do a series on serving and appeasing spirits. So today is basically just a short introduction. First of all, when you say serving and appeasing spirits, the first question that comes to people's mind is, why would you? Well, remember I told you that everything begins with the spirit, including your spirit. You are a spirit. Now, if you serve other spirits and appease them or give them what they want, then what you do is develop a good relationship with them. And then when you need something and you have askance of something, then they can turn around and give you what you want. It's kind of a gift for gift kind of relationship between the spirits. Now, a lot of people look at this from the wrong point of view. They think of, as far as serving, like you're serving an angry modern god that is going to cast you into hell if you don't do exactly what he wants you to do. Or you're serving an ancient volcano god where if you don't do exactly what he wants to do, he is going to shake the volcano and have it cast lava across the island and destroy every creature on it. And in reality, this is not what we're talking about at all. I'll repeat again because sometimes people just kind of miss the ease of this. Serving and appeasing is one spirit giving another spirit what it wants, in the understanding that because they've done this, that they're developing a good rapport or a good relationship with that spirit, so that when they need something specifically that other spirit can give it, then that other spirit will be happy to give in return. Okay. What you see a lot in the world today is people, they don't relate to the spirits at all. They don't even think about the fact that they're a spirit, which is really sad. That's where everything really starts. But because they don't relate to the spirits pretty much just leave them alone. What you got to understand about spirits is, for the most part, well, just about all the time, they don't hunt you down. You're not their enemy per se. You're just kind of neutral to them. They've all got their own things that they want to be up and doing. And if you don't reach out to them, then there's a very good chance, unless you cross a boundary in the middle of something that they're doing, that they're not going to reach out to you. Okay? So if you're not reaching out to a spirit, then basically it's not reaching out to you. Why is that sort of not a good position to be in? Well, because no spirit is self-contained. No spirit has all the power to do everything that it wants to do. Every spirit has a sort of specialty. Even you and I, our spirits tend to be spirits that create. And the differences and uniquenesses in us is what our spirit does create. Okay, so we're creation spirits. Now, there'll come times when we need things that need doing that don't just have to do with creating something. And so we need to, because we can't do it ourselves, we need to reach out and work with another spirit that can. And so you want to use that other spirit's specialty. Now, if you haven't been reaching out to the spirits and you don't know who these spirits are and you haven't talked to them, then it's rather unfair to expect that when something goes wrong in your life or you find yourself in a bad position, that this other spirit is supposed to just jump in and help you. And yet that's a common myth that a lot of people live by. You see it in sort of Christianity when somebody hasn't spoken to God, they don't get to know God, let's say, and then all of a sudden something goes bad, and they're saying, well, if you come help me, I promise that I'll do this for you. But the thing is their God doesn't even know who they are. And you see the same thing in pagans. I'm not talking just from a Christian perspective, but it's the same kind of thing. If you don't have a relationship with a certain spirit, then it's wrong to expect that when you get into a difficult situation, that spirit is going to come bail you out. And so it's not enough, traveler, to just research a spirit kind of like an encyclopedia and say, oh, this spirit does that and this spirit does this. So if I want this done, I'll summon this spirit here. You can do that, but the question would be, why would they come? They might, I don't believe anything's impossible. You might call on a spirit and they might actually decide to come to you. But they don't have to. They're not obligated to. And chances are they won't, because why should they? You've offered them nothing. You've helped them do nothing. And yet all of a sudden you're in a bad situation and it's their job, in your opinion, to come pull you out of it. So that's what we're going to look at a bit through this series. I want you to be able to, like I said in my other videos, to awaken your spirit first, which means you have to have a relationship with your spirit. And then you need to reach out and have relationships with other spirits if you really want to have any kind of balanced and exciting life. And so in this series, we're going to look at how you can do that. It's not some weird thing where you have to do a certain ritual. In a sense, everything you do in a repetitive style is a sort of a ritual. But I'm going to cover more fully how you can awaken your spirit and how you can have a good, I'm sorry, my words are sticking a little, but to have a good relationship with yourself first before you reach out and you have a good relationship with other spirits. And then bang, things begin to happen. So that's what we're going to cover. This is a brief introduction to those things. I would ask as you watch these films to suspend your disbelief. For me, I try not to believe too much at all because it puts things in boxes. And there's so many possibilities. There's so many things we can't see. So if you have very definite ideas about something, then I would just ask, as you listen to my words as we talk together in these next few videos, that you would suspend your beliefs just for a bit and consider what if. What if what he's saying is true? What if it could work? When you approach life from that vantage point, you'll find that things will begin to open up and you'll understand things in a completely new way. My guess is, from my years of experience of thinking like this, is the reason for this is because there's many answers to different things. And that there's no one set way, one set anything for anything. And because of that, you can't box yourself in by thinking that only one way is right. There's many ways. And so, traveler, that's what I'll leave you with today. I hope you'll join me in my next few videos as I'll be discussing these things. I'll be talking about having a relationship with spirits that's relevant to today. Not medieval grimoires and such like that. Though you can have relationships with the spirits that are in those too, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But the reason for doing this, for serving and appeasing spirits, is in order to live today, in the present, in the now. And you don't have to pull back past things. In fact, you shouldn't. If shamanism, if witchcraft, whatever you call the magic you do, is going to evolve. It's going to be through understanding things, experiencing them, and living them in the present in context with today's world. You see, today's world is much, much different than when they wrote some of those ancient grimoires. And if we try to handle things in the same way that they did, we'll cheat ourselves of some great experiences. We'll cheat ourselves of evolution. And ultimately, what will happen is we'll probably get frustrated and give up trying to have any kind of magical or spiritual path. And that would be a sad thing indeed, because everything begins with the spirit. You're going to hear me say this so many times that you'll probably get sick of hearing it. But I want it to really flow through you. I want that to be your base point from everything while I share other things with you. That is your cornerstone. Everything begins with the spirit, yours and all the spirits outside of you. Thank you for listening to me this afternoon. I hope you come back for the other videos, and I hope that these really help you and find relevance in your life. I would love to hear feedback from you, things you've tried, experiences you've had, what you think of the video. Do you hate it? Does it help? I'm open. And it's from my heart to yours. Thank you, traveler. I'll talk to you again soon in my next video.